Sitting in the Tesla interior is very normal, except for one thing, and that is this giant screen that dominates everything about the car. Not only is it a web browser, not only is this car a hotspot, every control about your car, from the energy consumption to the nav screen, of course all your media here.
And if you set up a point to go to on your nav screen, it will appear here on the left side of your instrument panel. There is a great ability to track the car here, but there are no real buttons. I mean, I have a button here for the hazard lights and a button here for the glove box, and I'm now out of buttons. The dash has no more buttons for me.
But check this out. What remains at all times across the bottom here are the controls for the car. So this never goes away. The climate controls, the volume for the stereo here, and the controls for the car never go away. You can have two screens simultaneously. The screen is large enough that you can have two of these menus on screen at the same time and just minimize the screens with the bottom left-hand corner here.
They've done a great job of figuring out a way to make a new screen that is also intuitive. What's interesting is how much you can control the car from this screen.
Even though it's an image here, watch this. When I activate the turn signals, left or right, it actually appears on my screen. So I'll blink the headlights. It's actually showing me what the car is doing. For example, the sunroof here, you just drag the sunroof to open it, and you can control how much it opens and closes. The controls are very intuitive. You don't have to be educated by a salesperson about this car. You can figure it out very quickly.
Turn that off. You can go full screen with the audio. You can look at the rear view camera at any time. Oh look, there's a guy standing behind the car. You can raise and lower the car on the suspension while sitting here, just from this interface.
Even though the suspension will lower itself above 55 miles an hour, you can control it from the screen.
Here are your steering modes: comfort, standard, sport, traction control on and off. It actually says, wait a minute, traction control off, are you sure? Your regenerative braking that we talked about can be turned down to feel much more like a normal car. The creep that you get in a normal automatic transmission, this car actually doesn't have that, doesn't have a need to have that, but in one of the software updates they gave it to you. So you have creep. Off would actually feel like an electric car, it's not going to go anywhere. On feels like a normal automatic that has transmission creep.
It's quite interesting. They've almost thought of everything. Again, it begs the question about why doesn't everything in my life work like this? It's so easy to understand.
Now there's also an app where of course you can control your car from your phone. The owner of this car, for fun, has not been with us all day today, but he's been tracking our location on his phone. I wish everything in the interior were as nice and as well thought out as this screen. But clearly the money went into the interface. It went into the gadget. The screens are awesome, but a lot of the materials and design are only okay.
The thing is, there's not a lot to look at in here, so you keep looking at this screen.